that cures almost everything. Is that even possible? Now you have to understand that every single human being who has ever lived started life as a single cell. And that cell is what we call a stem cell. Therefore, a stem cell is basically a mother cell. The cell that is able to give birth to all types of cell in your body. You know, a human body has millions and billions and trillions of cells. They all come from a stem cell. So after these cells are given birth to, they start now forming what we call tissues. And tissues form what we call muscles. And muscles form the organs, like the heart, like the liver, like the pancreas, like the uterus, like the brain, like the spleen, like the lungs, and so on and so forth. And depending on the function of these organs in the body, they also start classifying themselves into what we call systems. So I'm talking about body systems like reproductive system, digestive system, circulatory system, lymphatic system, excretory system. All these systems have their own classifications of organs. Keep that in mind. And these organs, if we can trace back, they came from muscles, of which muscles came from tissues. Tissues were a cluster of cells. And these cells came from a stem cell, underlying stem cell. So these body systems, these mechanisms of so many organs working hand in hand are what form a human body. So a human body, if you can go back to the first line of creation, it is just a bunch of cells. So every time you hear a treatment that falls into the category of stem cell treatment, you need to understand that that is a very, very powerful type of treatment. Because stem cell treatment reserves the capability and power to repair all damaged cells in the body, repair all damaged cells in the body, regenerate worn-out cells, rejuvenate weak cells, replicate good cells, and replace dead cells. Haven't you ever been there and you wonder, where does the hair that you cut off come from every time you cut it off? And then the next day you cut off your fingernails, and they come back. And then you get a micro injury, maybe a cut, and without any treatment it heals. What does that are called adult stem cells that are reserved in your body, in your bone marrow. And that is where now bone marrow transplant treatment comes in. But before you even go there, when you see a pack of Stc30, know that you have seen a treatment that is able to repair any micro damage done to your body, no matter where it is located. And again, why? It is because stem cell treatment reserves the power to repair damaged cells. I am repeating that to make sure the point gets home. So you can now understand why if a person is diabetic, we are going to recommend Stc30, because this is the treatment that is going to help repair the pancreatic beta and alpha cells in your pancreas so that your pancreas can be able to regulate your glucose levels by either releasing a hormone called insulin or glucagon. And for those who are having fibroids, again, we are going to recommend Stc30 because it is going to help reverse the inflammation happening in your reproductive system, to reverse this growth of masses inside or outside of your uterus. People who are battling cancer, guess what? Again, Stc30, because it can detect the mutation that is happening in the cells to make sure that it puts a stop to what is causing the damages, or in any case, forming up tumors. People who are battling any sort of STDs or UTIs, again, we are going to recommend this because the damages that are being done by the bacteria, the fungi, the viruses is going to be fought against by the stem cells. People battling infertility, again, Stc30 is going to take care of that because it is going to make sure it balances out your hormones, take care of any damages that are happening in your ovaries, your fallopian tubes, your uterus, your reproductive system at large, to make sure that you are healthy and fertile enough to conceive. People who are battling hypertension, again, the same treatment. And I think by now we've understood why it is one treatment targeting very many diseases. So any disease you can think about simply equals to damage of cells. Stc30 is the best cell repair kit that medicine has to offer to date. So don't wait until you're almost dying or for you to get started on treatment. Get started when you still can. You